Donald Trump strides toward the journalists and says, "We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok, a dance app for teenagers threatened by a president." Sounds wild, but it's no joke. Months earlier in India, TikTok vanished, erasing 200 million users overnight, like an entire country hitting delete all at once. Trump is back in power, but the rhetoric is completely different now.
And as of today, TikTok is back.
Even more surprising, the White House now has an official TikTok account. The app they tried to ban is now a powerful media force. Today, TikTok dominates. More than 1.5 billion active users per month. In the United States, nearly 150 million people use it regularly. In France, about 22 million use it monthly. And above all, TikTok is no longer just an app. It's a way of life, a format, a language, a universal reflex. But then, how did a simple video app turn the whole world's mind upside down? Why are Meta, YouTube, and Google copying it in fear? And above all, why is TikTok just the first piece of a much bigger plan, the ByteDance plan? Hi, Entrepreneur Mindset. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see you again today to take you through the story of the app that's changing the way we think. In our investigation today, we'll look together at the birth of the monster, the lightning conquest, which has turned TikTok into a global addiction. And why have all attempts to stop the monster failed? We'll end as usual with key business lessons every entrepreneur should learn from this story. It's a story of power, data, and collective behavioral change that could very well change the way humanity thinks. Let's go. A train speeds toward Beijing. A young engineer by the window watches the passengers. He thinks, no one reads the newspaper now. Everyone just stares at their smartphone. Zhang Yiming takes out a notebook and writes a sentence that sounds prophetic. One day, all information will go through this little screen. And it won't be journalists who decide what to show anymore, but a machine capable of guessing what everyone wants to see. A few months later, in a meticulous apartment where the lights go out several times a day, Zhang is going to found ByteDance, a small startup that wants to break the rules of the Chinese internet, a world dominated at the time by three giants: Baidu for search, Alibaba for commerce, and Tencent for social networks. Three walls that seem insurmountable, which are called the Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent in China. Zhang has neither money nor connections, but he has a simple idea. The future will belong not to those who control friends or transactions, but to those who master information. He launches his first product, a news app called Toutiao. The principle is radical. Every click is recorded, every scroll is measured, every second spent on an article is analyzed. Within days, the app understands your preferences better than you do, ensuring every user's newsfeed is unique. It's no longer a newspaper, it's a machine for personalizing reality. For many, it's just another app. For Zhang, it's a quiet revolution. He aims for a personalized engine, not a social network. A machine that reads your mind. At first, investors laugh. A news app? Seriously, no one is going to read that. And they're not wrong. The first few months, they really struggle. Zhang struggles to recruit, struggles to convince journalists, and even struggles to pay for the servers. Then an unexpected boost happens. Beijing-based Sequoia China decides to invest about $5 million based on his intuition, enough to rent an apartment and hire a handful of engineers. He doesn't make the mistake that many startups make after raising funds. No fancy office, just cords, coffee, and sleepless nights. His team refines the code daily. Each click, pause, and scroll becomes data, helping the app learn. For Zhang, it's the ultimate validation. The algorithm isn't just a tool, it's a mild drug. He's found the formula. So one question arises: if an algorithm can hypnotize millions of people with boring articles, what would happen with video? In 2016, ByteDance released Douyin, a short video app. You open it, you scroll, swipe, and the algorithm glues you to the screen. Zhang realized that to win, you must learn from others' mistakes. Vine pioneered short videos, but its stars left because creators weren't paid. By the way, if Vine is a topic that interests you, let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure it's very well known in France. Anyway, YouTube was betting on long formats. Fewer videos, so less data. And Instagram had set the bar too high with its perfect photos. Facebook, however, relied solely on our friends. Douyin will do the opposite, giving its creators more visibility and sometimes even cash. It chooses the quick format, more videos, more data, more addiction. It offers filters, music, and effects to make any teenager look professional, and it reads straight into your brain. No friends needed, no waiting. Each swipe feeds data, bringing the algorithm closer to you. And from the very first second, the app throws tailor-made content at you. It's like Netflix starts the perfect movie before you even touch the remote. And because the videos are very short, the algorithm will learn 100 times faster than its competitors. In 1 hour, you can give it as much information as you would in a week on YouTube. The more you watch, the more it guesses, and the more it guesses, the more you watch. A perfect loop. A year later, Zhang Yiming aims higher. He will transform Douyin and conquer the whole world. A black and neon logo appears on his screen. Flashes. TikTok is born. It's not a dance app. It's a matrix, a machine designed to capture human attention. And Zhang is about to unleash it on the whole world. But to conquer the planet, ByteDance must overcome a barrier that almost no Chinese startup has breached: the West. Because giants like Facebook, Google, and Snapchat already dominate there. We recently analyzed the downfall on the channel. If you're interested in the video, you can find it in the description. To stand out, Zhang knows he can't play it safe and goes all in. In 2018, ByteDance paid almost $1 billion for Musical.ly, an American app where teens film lip-sync videos. By merging Musical.ly with TikTok, Zhang instantly gained something no one can buy: a solid base of United States users. Millions of young Americans woke up one morning and discovered that they were now part of the ByteDance ecosystem. Next is the marketing genius. TikTok promotes sharing videos beyond its app, like on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. With a clever little detail, the TikTok watermark is embedded on every video. It's impossible to go a day without seeing that black and neon logo. I remember it really intrigued me back then on Insta. I was wondering what it was. Not sure if you felt the same, but it was a visual virus spreading everywhere. Unstoppable free advertising. The expansion was just starting. In India, TikTok was set to launch an aggressive strategy: huge ads in smaller cities, where Facebook and Instagram remain weak. Soon the app will exceed 200 million Indian users, an entire country caught up in the spiral of the algorithm, even if it will end badly there. But we'll come back to that later. And Europe isn't spared either. Do you doubt it? With 150 million users. And France is leading with 25 million active users ahead of Germany and Italy. From high school classes to village cafes, TikTok is now the go-to habit, even in the United States. Over 100 million users in 2019, it was the world's most downloaded app. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube now recognize their problem, but it's already too late. Valued at around $300 billion, ByteDance, which began in a small Beijing apartment, is now worth more than Twitter, Snapchat, and Spotify combined. TikTok is no longer just a dance app. It's become a global cultural infrastructure. A machine that has upended entertainment, music, and advertising, reshaping an entire generation's behavior. And actually, there's a huge business lesson in what we just saw. A 20-year-old teenager locks himself in his backyard closet, records a homemade track, and posts it on a Chinese app. A month later, Old Town Road is #1 worldwide. Lil Nas X emerged from an algorithm feed, not a label, marking a major shift in the highly structured music industry. Since then, it's a factory. Careers now begin in the scroll, not the office. Record labels now launch challenges instead of signing, and pay 17-year-old creators for short dances instead of paying radio stations. Culture no longer comes from above. It's created from a feed. But TikTok hasn't just won entertainment, it has colonized attention. And maybe that's the most dangerous part. Imagine this scene. A teenage girl just got dumped. She opens the app. With a few swipes, the algorithm senses her mood and tracks what she skips or keeps. Her feed is full of sad music, toxic breakups, and painful stories. A downward spiral. In the next room, her little brother is scrolling too. He understands bodybuilding, hustle, crypto, and passive income at 17. Same app. Two parallel worlds. TikTok doesn't show you the world, it shows you your world. The one it measures, the one it reinforces. The brain adapts, June 2024. An electroencephalogram study published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience shows that the more addictive the use of short videos is, the more the markers of excessive control decrease. By constantly scrolling, we reinforce the hunt for microstimuli and weaken the ability to stay focused. In July 2025, a study published in Brain and Behavior on 528 children aged 6 to 12 linked regular use of short videos to more symptoms of inattention. The effect is more pronounced in younger children. Even when controlling for total screen time, the format itself conditions the brain to snack. You can even see it in ads. A Yahoo and OMD study found Generation Z loses active attention after just 1.3 seconds on mobile ads. Just over a second to choose whether to stay or swipe. So we no longer wait, we just react. Books feel long, movies slow, and reasoning hard. We're not just spectators anymore, we're dopamine zappers. And be careful, I see you millennials and older folks saying it's the younger ones who have completely gone off the rails. It's not just for teenagers anymore. Parents and even grandparents are getting involved too. The Pew Research Center shows that a third of American adults use TikTok, including 40% of those aged 30 to 49. TikTok has broken the generational barrier and now has over 1.5 billion users worldwide. It's no longer just a network, it's the default cultural format. An app that began with teen dances is now reshaping how we discover, desire, learn, and think. Of course, some people thought they had to react. The sound of boots in the night. Clashes break out at the Chinese-Indian border. 20 Indian soldiers are killed. India is furious. Instead of bombing, it bans TikTok, cutting off 200 million users overnight. The platform couldn't even say goodbye. The official reason, threat to national sovereignty. The real reason, TikTok is a Chinese Trojan horse, and India just slammed the door. Trump climbs the steps of the White House. The cameras start rolling, and he drops a bombshell. We may be banning TikTok. The accusation? Espionage. The reason? China could siphon off Americans' data. And according to him, there's a risk that it's an app capable of influencing public opinion and swaying elections.
Welcome back. Today, the Trump administration is cracking down on Chinese-owned apps. TikTok and WeChat face new measures that would effectively ban them. The move marks a further escalation in tensions between the United States and China.
Trump gave Biden 90 days to sell TikTok to an American company, but inside the administration, it's chaos. Microsoft wants to buy Oracle, gets into the game, then everything falls apart. The deal collapses, Trump loses the election, and TikTok stays standing. Brussels steps in as the Digital Service Act challenges web giants, summoning TikTok to explain its algorithm, youth impact, and data use. Fines are handed out, investigations are launched, but TikTok resists, dodges, and adapts its strategy. A new data center is opened in Ireland. They mention transparency, but the algorithm is still locked away. The irony is that TikTok isn't in China. It's called Douyin there. A more controlled version, with time limits for minors and filtered content, without dangerous challenges or harmful videos. The giant is kept under control at home, but elsewhere it's completely free. No neon sign or TikTok logo here, just a simple name, ByteDance. Yet behind it lies immense power. TikTok is just a part. ByteDance is the whole. It moves very fast. Take CapCut, seems like a free editing tool, but it's actually a Trojan horse. All effects, songs, and trends are made for TikTok. You create, post, and fuel it. But the company doesn't stop there. It's developing generative AIs, home, script, voice, avatar. In 2024, they launched Cause, their alternative to ChatGPT. These models are powered not by Wikipedia articles, but by billions of hours of short videos. A raw material that is unique, perfect for creating emotional AIs that capture our gestures, moods, and desires. Next, there's e-commerce. In China, Douyin is already a selling machine. One click on a video equals a product, a payment, then a delivery. In 2023, this TikTok shop generated over $200 billion in sales in Asia. And the West is the next step. ByteDance aims to combine Amazon, Netflix, and Instagram in one algorithm-driven interface. And even that isn't enough for them. The company has invested in gaming, bought studios, and launched educational and productivity apps. They even have an office suite, Lark, which is a direct competitor to Slack and Google Workspace. Every sector affected by digital technology is a target. ByteDance is now a platform factory and sprawling empire, with TikTok as its showcase. But be careful, you should know this by now if you're subscribed to the channel. And after all our analyses, the story of empires is always the same. The more they expand, the more they attract attacks. And behind the triumphant facade, cracks are already appearing. The first limit is political distrust. It's been talked about a lot, but the European Union is monitoring, the United States is threatening again, and several countries have the app in their sights. The second limit, as you might expect, is the competition. YouTube launched Shorts, Instagram is pushing hard with Reels, Facebook, and others. They all copied, but none have caught up with TikTok in terms of usage intensity. The third and significant limitation is fatigue. For years, TikTok seemed unbeatable, but since 2024, a subtle phenomenon has emerged: scroll fatigue. Too many ads, excessive live shopping, too much noise, and repetitive trends. So, some people turn off notifications, others switch to dumb phones, phones without apps. Some young people are moving to private groups without algorithms. The party goes on, but more and more people are already looking for the exit. The story of TikTok is still crazy. 5 years ago, people saw it as just a teen app. Dances, memes, and silly challenges. Today, it's a global network, career accelerator, propaganda tool, interactive mall, and mental mirror. TikTok didn't just shape a generation. It remixed the attention economy, broke the logic of traditional networks, and pushed artificial intelligence to the heart of our emotions. But the real question isn't how far TikTok will go. It's who will really dare to say no to it. And here are the invaluable lessons an entrepreneur can learn from it. The first is to understand the true value of attention. ByteDance realized before others that human attention is the oil of the 21st century. If you don't capture attention, you don't exist. TikTok sells micro slices of the brain, not content. That is fully scalable. And the second lesson is that speed is crucial. The TikTok algorithm is not only effective, but also fast. Each video loops, so more videos create more loops, leading to faster learning. While YouTube learns in weeks, TikTok learns in hours. The lesson is if you act faster than competitors, you win, even with a flawed product. The third lesson is perhaps the most essential. Don't reinvent the wheel, but improve it. TikTok didn't create anything new. Vine started short videos and Musical.ly was already popular with teens. But they came after the battle, analyzed the weaknesses, and absorbed what was left. You don't need to have the idea first, you just need to understand why others failed. Similar to Klarna, which adapted the installment payment model to make it widely accessible. A generation that found itself caught in an unexpected trap, as you can see in the video that's showing.